In this video, I'll be breaking down gold, US30 and NASDAQ, and I'll be showing you a few of my platform accounts so you can see how far I am. If you're new here, please make sure to click the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications because I post content like this every single Sunday. Now, for anybody who's interested in the special, guys, here it is. The special is running to the 25th of August, so make sure to secure your spot, right? Link is in the description, but nonetheless, let's get into the video. All right, so this is gold on the daily time frame. We'll start with gold as usual, guys. So last week, crazy week, guys. You know, gold managed to drop all the way to the downside and managed to climb all the way to the top over here. It's something that we were anticipating. It's just that the way we were trading, our strategy isn't in alignment with what the price action was saying. So I think I took two losses past the past 2 weeks, right? Well, the past week, right? So there was an L that I took the week before, and then an L that I took like earlier in the week over here, right? And then price climbed all the way to the top. You'll see this over like at the platforms and I show you at the end of the video. So watch till the end of the video. But like now, in terms of like moving forward and what I'm seeing for gold right now, obviously go to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is that price did break structure and then pushed all the way to the top, even changing. We can classify this as a market structure shift, right? So the indicator has not yet understood that, right? So my anticipation is that, of course, gold has climbed all the way to 362, right? My anticipation is that it's probably going to retrace a little bit more so we can jump in with buys and then push to the top, right? Best bet is we pull out the Fibonacci from bottom to top. Right, we could use relatively this low over here, and then we'll wait until it climbs down to the downside. So it's like a little pullback will go a long way, especially for us trading gold. So as you can see, we even got a market structure shift on the 2-hour time frame. Beautiful stuff. So we'll see how the market does move throughout the week, but right now it's looking very beautiful for the gold to pull back. Then we jump in a few buys and then we climb to the top, relatively all the way to the top over there. So right now I think it's just a matter of patience, right? The market is showing us a little bit more friendlier price action now, especially after the fundamentals. I think now we're anticipating for like what, CPI, PPI for the upcoming week, or if it's the other week around, I'll just make sure about that. But it's looking pretty good. I'm just glad that like a lot of the risk has been managed with a lot of the accounts. Let's move over to the next pair. All right. So this is Dow Jones or US30 on the daily time frame, right? This week we're only going to be focusing on a few of the indices because I know a lot of you guys like them and they look really good for potential scale ins, right? As you can see, price did push to the top, making this high and then further taking out liquidity, and it sold off during the week, right? So now my anticipation for US30, like as simple as my strategy is, guys, sometimes I feel like maybe like it's just straightforward more than anything else. As you can see, this is on the daily time frame. Maybe when we jump over to the 3-hour time frame, things start looking a little bit nicer, so we can see like the fair value gap. So on the lower time frames, it doesn't look that clean, right, for entries, but I would say this is a very good place for a point of interest, right, between this level over here. As you can see, it's also a nice support zone over here, turned resistance before. So we'll see how it does move along. But when you look at it from like a daily perspective, it's like it looks really clean, looks really simple for nice jump ins, right? We can let price drop to the downside, then we jump in relatively over here, and then it climbs to the top. So one thing I can definitely say is for the upcoming week, guys, genuinely damn near all opportunities on currency pairs, indices. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you are watching this video, I would suggest that if you don't have enough money for the mentorship, try and jump in with the signals, guys. Market analysis every single week, every single Wednesday and every single Sunday for the guys that don't know. And I break this down. So the entries and everything are all in that group. For now, it's just mainly showing you guys what I see in terms of direction, right? So it's looking good, right? On the daily time frame, as you can see, price did push to the high over here, and I'm anticipating it to pull back relatively to the zone over here. And then we jump in with our buys, holding it all the way to the top. One thing I've noticed about indices, they always end off the year at a very positive, right? So regardless of wherever they end, at the end of the year, they always walk away with a steady gain, right? So that's what I am anticipating for the upcoming 6 months, 5 months left, right? Then we'll see what the move is. Let's move over to NASDAQ. All right. So this is US100 cash. So NASDAQ, right? It looks very much carbon copy as its fellow brother US30, right? As you can see, price did push all the way to the top. We finally got a confirmed all-time high, right? This is what we want to see. Once we got a confirmed all-time high, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for price to patiently pull back, right? This is the new range that we're playing in. This is probably the lowest low that we have as the indicators marked it out. Even if we go to like the lower time frames, we'll see a few more, but like this on the daily time frame looks so much more cleaner, right? So my anticipation is obviously relatively on this order block we might get tapped in. Let's see what the Fibonacci even says. The Fibonacci relatively says this is the zone that we need to jump in, especially with NASDAQ, right? As you can see, guys, beautiful entry, beautiful confirmation. This is a beautiful stuff. Like the market, one thing I've also noticed, guys, it never leaves without coming back to give you an entry. So never feel like whenever there's a huge push in the market that you won't get an opportunity. It's just another chance for you to jump in at a cheaper price or just at a less discounted price, you know. Then this is what we do see for NASDAQ. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about psychology and jump over to the prop firms. I think the prop firms and psychology will go hand in hand. And I'll explain different types of techniques to be passing these accounts, you know, not more than anything else, guys. So let's move over to the prop firm side. All right, beautiful stuff, right? So as of now, these are the accounts I have right now. I have the 225Ks and a 5K as well. So what I did breach was one of the 5Ks that I had. Like I had a two-step funded as well, right? Let me just see. I think there was one where I already passed, right? And I failed it because I risked so much. So now what I'm essentially trying to say before we even tap into these accounts is like, the moment you get funded, guys, things change, you know, like, and I would say as a trader, I need to be a little bit more mature when it gets to that point. But you know, when you get funded and you realize that, okay, cool, now you can make X amount of money based off of what you're trading with, it's easy for you to topple over and lose accounts, guys. And look at this. These are the breached accounts, right? As you can see, yes, two-step funded account. Yeah, this was the funded one. This is the one that I actually had, right? And then the other ones, I blew them because of a poor risk management, right? So now, moving over to like the active ones, right? So the one that looks the most susceptible to passing is this P225K, right? I want to show you the equity curve, right? So I can show you the reality, because I'm down like close to 1.6% right now. I was once upon a time down 7%, right? So let me just go like this, right? I think it's relatively over here, and then I go trading overview, right? And if you guys are interested, guys, I'll put like my reference code over here so you can check it out. Whenever you guys want to buy these prop firm accounts, you're gonna get a 10% discount, guys. So my advice is go for the 5K accounts. I will be showing you as well for the guys who are watching. Go for a 5K two-step Stellar account. Use my reference code. It's gonna dumb it down for you just a little bit, 10% off, guys. So you're gonna walk away with so much more, right? So now with this win rate, I'm currently sitting on 50%. So 50% wins, 50% losses. Some of the losses are mainly because of different types of stuff, but I will be showing you the analytics for sure, right? So this is the trade growth view, right? So we started the account we started this on the 17th of June and we're relatively around the 2nd of August now, right? So what had happened is prices dropped all the way to the downside to 24,200. So the equity curve dropped and I managed to climb up to the top, and then it continued dropping, right? So this is the equity and this is the balance. So equity is how much floating profits I had, right? And then eventually we dropped to the downside to relatively 23,400, and then I started climbing back up, guys. But this is the most beautiful thing about this, is like showing you the reality of things. Sometimes you could get to this point, right? And then I started climbing up really slowly, relatively to around a bit of profit, and then like it dropped off because of the losses I took, right? And I've only been trading gold on this account, right? Now when I can show you PNL by day and week, as you can see, like it fluctuates around the win and loss ratio as well. It shows you 50%. PNL order type is just more so buys. I've never sold gold anytime soon, right? So now more of the detailed stats, like more of the trades that I did take. Let me go sort by type. Hopefully like it shows me a bit of the stuff. So this is the first trade I took. This was relatively around the 30th of July, right? This is the L that I took, hence why my account is down a little bit. And this is another loss I took around like the 25th of July as well. beautiful stuff. It's another L, and then these ones are just more W's, as you can see, $600, like as much as it is. So this one is probably the closest I have. I'm just down like 1%, right? But in realistic terms, I have to gain 18%, like relatively, to pass this account, because I went down from drawdown and I climbed all the way to the top, right? Now the other accounts are in shambles, right? But one thing I can say about this 25K that I had over here, I was being a bit more conservative, and then with this one over here, I was being more, what is this, aggressive. I won't even lie. So this one was more of aggressive, right? Hence, I'm down like close to like damn near losing the account, right? So with this one, I have no choice but to trade it as calm, as slow as possible, right? Risking a little bit as much. You can see here's a 30% loss rate is this. This one I won't like, guys. I am a bit more like violent with it. As you can see, like the equity cover is a bit more exaggerated, and we're just chilling around these points. So for me right now, just gonna genuinely push it to the top. I'm literally left with like what, $20 to literally fail it. So I think what I'm gonna do is risk $5 per the setup, right? Because I know my strategy is profitable. Risk $5, at least get it to break even. This one is a phase one, right? Remember, so this is phase one. So I understand for sure that it's gonna take me time, but this is one I'm not gonna lose. We got a step two, step two, P2, right? This one for sure, we are down like 1%. We just need 2%, 4%, sorry, to pass this. So we're not too far as well. I've had this one the longest. I've had this one since the 16th, right, of July. If we can go to the trading overview, so you can see it as well, transactions. I just want to show you the trading overview as well. But like in terms of what is the psychology, all I can say is, guys, right now it's very important for you to understand that like with these prop firms, the risk to reward ratio is there. Like you also want to make sure that you're not spending so much money on the challenge accounts and failing them. You know, one payout from a 25K, $1,000 is gonna cancel out all the losses I've had. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's like what, 25K is like 450 rands in where I stay. So it's close to $500,000 in terms of my currency where I stay, guys. So it's a big achievement if I do pass it. Work on towards getting the payout and moving forward, right? So I've managed to show the detailed stats on this P2. So relatively win rate is 41%. And remember, guys, this is 41% throughout the whole controversy of the tariffs, Trump. So besides the up and down with the trades, it's like I've done my best to make sure that I manage the risk, right? So you can look at this one. This one is not that bad. You know, we did drop just a little bit, but we eventually started steadily climbing. You know, this is P2. Whenever I get to like the phase two, I'm less risky, especially with my trades. Like phase one, I'm a bit more pushy. Phase two, I'm a bit more relaxed because I understand it's just 4%. If I could get 8%, I just need to do half the work. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's what I do got for this one, guys. Of course, like I will be buying more prop firm challenges. Maybe the next one will be 100K or 50K. But for now, just making sure that like I deal with the accounts that I have right now and deal with these three active ones. So probably I'm gonna pass the 25K and the 5K. It's just a matter of when, right? 2 setups, 3 setups. I'm already passing these accounts, and then I'm gonna be looking to scale with other prop firms accounts as well. You know, so the goal is max allocation before the end of the year, right? Well, before the end of 2026. So I'm giving myself that room to really max allocate funded next and the other ones. But beautiful stuff. If you watch till the end, please make sure to click the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications, guys. I am trying to do my best to post as consistently as I possibly can, and I appreciate the guys who are out here really supporting me. But nonetheless, I will catch you guys next week.